Block Drops, we cover a proposal for GDPR compliance on Ethereum, the Tether WDK, a global account by Matera, and much more. I'm your host, Mauricio Magaldi, and this is Block Drops, your weekly digest on blockchain for business. These news are not a form of endorsement, sponsorship, or encouragement for consumption and are meant for educational purposes only. One of the challenges of public chains is the privacy thing and being compliant with regulations such as GDPR in Europe and LGPD in Brazil, because one of the requirements is that upon request, a user can have its data erased by the processors and controllers. So my good friend Eugenio Reggianini, who's a researcher in the Ethereum ecosystem, put together a proposal. It's a very clever proposal where he breaks down the layers of the Ethereum architecture and attributes to them the processor and controller of the roles that are defined by GDPR, and proposes the use of new privacy-enhancing technologies to enable dApps running on Ethereum to be compliant with GDPR and therefore become more palatable to regulators in the European Union. He does that by associating the architecture, the proposed architecture, with proto-danksharding, which is an EIP that allows the storage of transaction blobs off-chain, and then obviously prune to commitment, limits personal data retention, the use of ZKs, NARCs, and nodes so they can verify proofs instead of the data of the transactions, which would minimize exposure to personal information. Encrypting data, like using full homomorphic encryption, trusted execution environments, multi-party computation, enclaves, and distributed encryption, so no party can see whatever it is in plain text. Use of other formats of APS and PBS to separate the roles between block builders, and peer DAS, which is where nodes store fragments of data temporarily and nobody holds full personal data. The proposal goes on to break down the execution layer, which is dApps and wallets, and RPCs and mempools, and equate them to processors. Consensus layer, where proposers and attesters can handle commits and proofs, so the validators are not controllers. And the data availability layer, where processors are out of scope and the controllers only store full data on the archives. And there's a very interesting breakdown there. So the way I see this is the type of thing that I work with on a daily basis on my own project Midnight. And seeing this emerge in wider ecosystems is really important because privacy is a human right and we don't take that serious enough. The folks at Tether, more famously known as the issuers of the USDT, the dollar-backed stablecoin, the largest issuer of stablecoins in crypto, is starting to produce some very interesting things. The one that I saw this week, among others, was the open sourcing of their wallet development kit. A wallet development kit allows developers to build better user experiences. It standardizes a number of features and touch points between the users, the wallet, and the blockchains. And the way they're putting this together is pretty clever because it is a multi-chain wallet support. So they're introducing support to Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, Bitcoin, Ton, Spark, and others to come. They have aggregated all the interfaces into a single API layer where you don't have to know which chain you're interacting with. It's all the same, so you just need to change the chain identifier and it will interact with the chain regardless. So it abstracts away the complexity for the developer, providing a better developer experience. It enables account abstraction on the chains that actually allow it, like Ton and any of the EVM chains. So you can actually offer gasless transactions to your users, or even custom fee logic, depending on how you're positioning it. And it also doesn't store any secrets or data in the WDK, so it's fully non-custodial by design, which in Web3 is the same as being self-sovereign. This will facilitate the lives of builders, of any startups, and even enterprises and innovators. If you're trying to pilot some new use case, new edge case, it's easier to do that across multiple chains by using such a particular tool. They hope that this will be integrated into DeFi, into payment, gaming, which is a big thing coming into Web3 more recently, and enable, obviously, the cross-platform wallet experience between the browser, mobile, and any others. And obviously, this is one of the ways that Tether seems to be giving back to the community by developing some pretty clever components or technology primitives, and then making them open source so people can start using. This is obviously a space for co-creation, and I'm looking forward to seeing more chains being supported by the WDK, and hopefully this will also enter the realm of the privacy chains. Why not? This week marked the new issue of the Febraban Tech, which is the largest banking technology summit in Latin America. It happens in Sao Paulo, Brazil, my hometown. And many announcements, many new things coming from the banking infrastructure, from regulators, from innovators, from the large incumbent banks as well. But the one announcement that caught my eye was the announcement of the new digital global account by Matera. Matera is a technology provider, probably the most important technology provider for banking in Brazil. In Brazil alone, they support over 280 banks and fintechs. That includes C6, Cielo, XP, PagBank, Claro, and many of the large banks as well. And they announced a platform that will integrate natively USDC, the dollar stablecoin issued by Circle. The platform's called Digital Twin, and it will be possible for banks to implement this and offer their users management of accounts based in BRL, Brazilian reais, USD, and USDC. So the users, the customers will be able to have a global account using digital dollar. They won't need to open a account abroad, so they can use the local KYC, and they don't have to pay transaction taxes, which is something in Brazil, because they will not incur in the traditional FX process. And it will integrate Pix. Pix is Brazil's instant payments infrastructure, which Matera was heavily involved in, both the pilot and the launch, and the providing that as a service to banks. And Matera is also present in the United States, where they are working on FedNow, because they have this huge experience with large banks and instant payments. So it's no surprise that they are entering the space of crypto through the doors of stablecoins. I've been posting online that we're in the stablecoin summer, or the stablecoin summer is upon us. And these are some of the things that I feel kind of confirm that this is the stablecoin time to shine. We had the Circle IPO. There's so many other technology companies that are non-financial starting to explore the potential of stablecoins, and Matera being such a key player in Brazil's technology for banks. It's such a non-surprise, but I'm super excited to see that all the effort that Carlos Neto and the team have been putting on into the Matera world is paying off greatly. And in a week packed full of news, here's more. Tether is now planning to open source its Bitcoin mining operating system. Bank of America is reportedly launching a stablecoin very soon. Stripe acquired another crypto company, this time is infrastructure provider for wallets Privy. PayPal announced that they're planning to implement the PYUSD, its flavor of stablecoin, in the Stellar ecosystem and allow new use cases. Felix Protocol launched USDHL, which is a new stablecoin powered by M0 on the Hyperliquid blockchain. The Crypto Infrastructure Clarity Act got bipartisan support in the US House in 2 different committees and now follows for the plenary discussion. Coinbase Card is a new metal card issued by Coinbase, and it's the first endeavor of Amex in the crypto world, and it counts with Bitcoin cashback. Conduit, the payments company, is partnering with Brasa Bank in Brazil to enable real-time FX operations based on stablecoins. Catch us online. We're on Instagram at BlockDropsPodcast, on Twitter at BlockDropsPod or 0x Mauricio. We're on Lens at blockdrops.lens. We have a newsletter on LinkedIn. Write to us at blockdropspodcast@gmail.com, and you can listen to the BlockDrops podcast at Spotify, iColab, Faberbund Tech, and all of the other major streaming platforms. Yay! Shout out today to the people who share the links you will find in the episode notes. Eugenio Reggianini, Paulo Arduino, Cássio Gusson, Ian Kane, Carlos Arena, Marcelo Prates, Luca Prosperi, João Reginato, Chris Dixon, Dan Ferhani, and Kira Gertman. Don't forget to leave the ratings on your favorite player and check out the store at blockdropspodcast.xyz. This is all for today. Stay rare, stay weird, LFJ.